Bună seara, suntem din nou la podcastul lui Damian Draghici și în această seară am onoarea și este o zi norocoasă pentru mine să am un invitat foarte special din lumea budismului, un maestru al budismului, numele lui este Khentrul Rinpoche și o să vorbim despre ce înseamnă budismul. El practică cea mai veche formă de budism. O să vorbim despre Shambhala și o să vorbim despre era de aur a budismului. Asta este ideea. Vă mulțumesc frumos și am mare onoare să-l introduc pe Khentrul Rinpoche. Hello, how are you, Master?
Good, thank you.
It's a great honor to have you here, and I just introduce you here. That it's really amazing to be in your presence.
Thank you.
I want to start with the first question that usually I ask most of my guests. Who are you?
So I'm originally from Tibet, then kind of east, but like Middle East, called Golok region. So from there, like born as a nomadic family, moving everywhere. So like that, a very simple life. And then at age of 20, become monk, and then the whole my life dedicated on study, practice, meditation, and sacrifice no more people persistence. So then I earned title Khentrul Rinpoche, but my real name is Japan Lodu.
The second question usually I ask my guests is, what are you? First it's who are you, and second, what are you?
What are you? I'm a human being, but I'm not, how to say, living as a normal human. I have different lifestyle, and so different emphasize. I have different vision of the world.
What made you take this decision to become a monk? By age 20, I understood.
This decision took very long time, from the childhood to enter age of 20, because the traditional expectation I should be monk from age 7, like that 7. But took me very long time to make decision. The decision difficult for me is not enough knowledge why have to become a monk. What is the goal? I didn't have perfect education on that. But then finally I didn't have, when I first become monk, I didn't have 100% answer on that. But I feel there's no any better choices in my limited the life where I live. How many options? There may not many options. So from the no many options, I become monk. I didn't know this is the best choice, but and temporarily this is the little bit better choice. So I become monk like that way. But then I dedicated whole my life study and practice. Then I through this, then that decision wasn't too bad. So then I understood what's the real meaning of monk.
Before we go more profound and deeper in the conversation, for the people that are watching us, we have lots of people watching us. Can you please describe us what a day of a monk is like? From the moment you wake up, what you practice, how many hours of meditation, what the monks they do in general.
From the beginning, before I be monk, I had a determination and strong conviction I promised myself and prayer that may I die before I fell the monk. So I did that. So that is before I ordained. So then after I ordained, there's no dramatic change because you usually say you change the name, you change the cloth, and then you change the attitude. So I did that. I did that. Then it's not so dramatic. It is okay, but I have to learn actually from age of 20. I have to learn even read. I didn't even know how to read before. So a very long time took me how to read very well, and then at the same time I have to learn what's the meaning of the monk. So gradually, transformation is not dramatically change. Yeah.
And now, after so many years of being a monk, how many years you been now a monk?
So now I realize there is become monk, or monk means is people have simple ideas, but it's not like that simple. There you can have many levels of monk. Yeah, you can have many levels of monk. You can have many forms of monk. So monk means, if you put simple way, is something you value something else rather than everybody all the time do. Like such as a family, position, all these things. So you have to go beyond that, So, yeah, that's simple. But how much degree you can go beyond that is very questionable. And also, what is necessary? How much you want to go beyond is also what necessary. Depend who you are and where you at. That's what I learned.
What is a day now in your what looks like a day now in your life when you are back at home in your monastery?
Now I feel like I feel that I don't know everything in this universe. I know very tiny, but also I feel a little bit knowing about the people's life, and the life is like a little bit play game, and so I kind of knowing what the end game. So I feel like this. So I'm a little bit comfortable about I know the end of the game. And then so many people don't know this, and they waste so much time and energy. Is not. I'm not just saying people do this and I'm so wise. I'm not saying, but I went through this. But I wish everybody know this earlier.
Please tell me about your form of Buddhism, from that I understood from the people that we talk about it, and from your books that it's the oldest form of Buddhism.
The Buddhism have three different versions. They share the fundamentals, but appears a contradiction. But it's if you know very well the goal, there is not contradiction. It's dependent what limit. For instance, the kindergarten education and the PhD education is not same at all, but the goal is not contradictory. It's kind of similar that. Yeah, so Buddhism have three versions of Buddhism. Depend how much you want to go deeper.
And yours, you study mostly the oldest form of Buddhism.
Yes, I studied the old version. Like culturally, maybe I didn't explore everything 100%, but the theory, I learned all of them, and then culture, some percentage of the culture part also I explore some and exchanges. Yes, I did.
People for many, many years, and in generally, they've been all exploring. They've been to India, they've done meditation, from the Buddhism, they've done all type of martial arts, and especially now after the pandemic and what happened in the last couple of years, it's becoming more and more and more and more very present and a recommendation from therapeutics, from psychologists, from shamans, from guru, from everybody. Meditate in order to find yourself, in order to find the calm within, and in order to not have any more this type of anxiety and be constantly between anxiety and depression, and be present. Please develop more and go more profoundly about what meditation means, first of all, and second of all, the benefits of the meditation, and how to do how to meditate.
Yeah, so meditation, if we say simple way, is training your own mind, training on your mind, because if our mind in generally is like brat children, and if you say do this, they don't want to do this, and if you say don't do this and want to do it, that's our mind, controlled by some kind of attitude and emotions. So if training mind means you make very flexible, so becomes like your useful tool rather than it dominate yourself and leading to many troubles. Yeah, so that's why is meditation can be in the caution and quiet mind for a while. That is one form of meditation, but also can be many forms, way of training your own mind to become more useful, or you can say become a more good experience, and also you can say strengthening your mind. So how to do it is, I think, always the how to do it the problem, because how to do it, you always have to have some kind of determination and commitments, So that's why always gradually you learn, Everything is not just meditation. Everything in the world you have to learn gradually, and you need some determination if you want to be mastery. Yeah, the same thing, meditation.
On your journey from the beginning till now as a monk, what is, or how many hours, or for how long time do you meditate a day?
Oh, that's different times of my different periods. Sometimes if I do meditation retreat, then I minimum 8 hours and maximum like 10 hours meditate.
A day?
Yes, a day. And also if I'm not retreat, but if I'm holiday or something, if I went to somewhere by myself, then also could be even longer than that. So that, but if depend what you're doing, and also depend what you do early my monkhood, I do much more meditation, but then later on you don't need meditate normal way people sit down, and you don't have to do that. You become like most of the time you serve the purpose of like meditation, so that's where you don't have to do all the time like formally. So yeah.
So there are so many forms of meditations. I usually receive emails or messages on my YouTube from people, please, I heard about meditation, I go on YouTube, I listen to some meditation, to some sounds, to some guided meditation, but please tell us what type of meditation to do. What would you recommend for most of the people that they don't want to meditate just for the sake of it? They want to get rid of some anxiety or to be more present. And what type of meditation and for how long would you recommend?
So I think one type of meditation I cannot recommend for everybody. I think everybody has different needs, and also individuals have different suitability. So probably it's not one meditation suitable for everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah, but how long we need meditation is if you do well, and then there's no maximum restriction until you don't need meditation. Like you, as I said, whatever you do, you serve the purpose of meditation. Until then, there's no maximum restriction, unless you have to eat, maybe sleep. But if you're sleepy, that's not really meditation. That is not meditation. So that's why. So if you're not sleepy, if you don't need to eat, there's no maximum restriction. But for beginners, I think it's not necessarily very long. You have to short time meditate very well at short time, whatever minutes you can, like 20 minutes or like 15 minutes or even 5 minutes if you do well, but you have to do many times. For instance, when we exercise, if you can't do very well, then you do short time many times is better, physical exercise. Then you develop slowly you develop better, So similarly, I think meditation also for beginners is recommended a short time, many times.
So you could meditate maybe 3 times a day, 10 minutes. Or maybe
yes, you can 5 minutes, maybe 10 times a day, whatever you can, like 10 times.
Rather than 1 hour?
Times, yeah.
You can do 5 minutes.
Yeah, because if you just sit in there, but you're not doing very well, but you just stay there a long time, rather than short time, many times, as much as you can. Especially when you are stuck in traffic jam, or you are waiting for train or bus or something. Usually people are a little bit impatient and frustrated. That times you should take as an opportunity to meditate.
For this period where most of the people they develop this type of fear of the future or uncertainty or this kind of not a combination of not being in control and not knowing the future, and also being bombarded with all type of news about possibly a war, a crisis, a financial crisis. So people, they are maybe another pandemic with COVID or whatever. So people, they were before stressed anyway with everyday problems. Now they have even more to be stressed because someone or somebody informs them that something really bad can happen in the future. So then people, they are even more stressed. What will be maybe 1 or 2? Of course, it's not suitable for everyone, like you said. Let's say I'm the example. I will be the guinea pig. What will be the easiest way and fastest way for some people to meditate? Of course, there are, as we presented in many of my podcasts, the meditation where you can concentrate on your breathing. You can do in and out. You can do maybe pranayama. You can do 5, 7, 10, or you can count. What are some of your favorite meditations that can bring you really and align you in the moment?
Okay.
If you could share with us, please.
So I think the first important people should not think meditation is the only method for those things, And meditation is a method for these things, but it's not the method. You should understand more other things. So that means, for instance, the problems is human mind make. We have to understand this. Always begin from the human's mind, a wrong attitude, and then bring this war and everything. But also, pandemic or anything, war, anything, people worry. Worry is also beginning of the making problems. It's not solving problems. It's making problem. So that's why what I mean is even there's bad things happening, you should expect bad things happening in the life, but you should not exaggerate. So exaggerate means, people stimulate that too much, like everything people talk about this and worry about this, that means you stimulate. You stimulate means then you make it more bigger in your own individual world, but also for general in the world, you make it bigger. So that's why, for instance, the most of the mental problems in the modern time, I believe the real cause is people stimulate too much these problems. That's why. So the same thing, anything, dizzy or war, everything, you should expect that it's natural process. For instance, even not necessarily very bad for long term. Who knows? It temporarily is so bad, but it's who knows like best process happen, because only wise ones always know everything, but majority humans only know through the challenges. So they become more wise. So I think that's why, yes, meditation, I don't have particularly one, this method really is this, because I don't have experience, like what people worry all the time. I don't have that. So so I don't have that. But I think any meditation should help. But also you can learn, as you said, you can learn many, many things. So you can try all of them, and you know through your own experience which one is best for you. So that's not necessarily my answer, but my answer is the attitude. The attitude in people's...
Before you meditate, actually.
Yes. It's not only just meditation, but people should think about, why we need too much exaggeration, exaggeration means mental stimulation. I think we have to be careful on these things, So that makes everything make worse. So we should have, like the positive mental attitude. These bad things happening could be good lead good. People more become wise. And they may regret their actions on the past. Maybe something is going to bad, but not necessarily bad continue. This bad could be lead to good new chapter to the world. That's why I always have this, I believe this prophesies the best perfect world will become. So I always believe that way. But also logically, if you believe that way, the world become like that.
Wow. Please talk to me about what is the meaning of Shambhala and what for the people, for general people that they do not know about it.
Yeah, the Shambhala is, I think there's so many people confused. Why is confused? Because one thing is there's Pure Land. The Buddhists have concept there's called Pure Land, and then the others concept there's heaven. That kind of that people maybe not too confused because they get used to hear these things. But then Shambhala is pure land. At the same time, it sounds like on our earth, if you look at the descriptions, and then it's so much to do with us, it's not like heaven. It's so much interaction with our humanity and our earth, So that's why I think people confuse. But that's why I wrote a book about Shambhala. So the simple way is explain is the Shambhala it's not just for Buddhist. It seems like every culture have some connection, and the whole world, every part of our earth have some connection of the Shambhala. So that's why Shambhala is this place, yes, but not this place. It's not kind of that. It seems like pervasive on our earth, and then Shambhala has a special connection with our earth other than any other pure lands or heaven or anything, because the Buddha pure lands or the heaven or this is just is kind of too far away. It's you can say general connection for humans. You can say that, but there's no specific connection and history is like Shambhala. So Shambhala, and also there's no purpose, no clear purpose, very clearly and logically don't have as like Shambhala. So Shambhala is like that. It's pure land, but it's exception pure land, an exception connection on this earth. The simple way is short way answer.
So it will be compared to paradise.
Yeah. Yes. Buddhist
or heaven.
Buddhist other pure lands or anything. Compare this is very different. The Shambhala is very close to us.
Is it something that you access through meditation?
Yes, many people access meditation through the access meditation, and sometimes exceptionally, some exception people, they just you're walking there or pilgrimage, you just suddenly appear Shambhala, for them, short time, These things happens. That's just individual, not for everybody. But I think everybody, if you analyzed, there is, and if you practice, then sometime you understand, you have convinced. That's, I think, through my experience, through my followers, they report me from beginning. They don't know nothing things, but they have some this feeling and this connection, and sometimes some people more than feeling. They have something very strong experience like that.
I know you. This is one of your main subjects, and we have also your books here, Ocean of Diversity, Unveiling Your Sacred Truth, the Internal Reality, the Enlightened Reality, also about the Sacred Truth, and we have the translation in Romania. I can't wait to read them. And as I spoke before to one of your protégés, you talk a lot about the golden era.
Yeah.
Can you please describe us a little about the golden era, please?
Yes, golden era is just a simple way to translate.
Okay.
But if you translate more literally, we say Karwar Zogdan. Karwar Zogdan means the completion of the perfect peace and happiness, and the prosperity that time, So that will happen. So prophesize of the inside Kalachakra Tantra. So the Kalachakra Tantra is the known as the king of the Tantra, which means the most profound and extensive system ever had anybody on this earth. So that's why Kalachakra shares teachings many exceptional things other people don't have. And so they have this extensive prophesize, not just prophesize few words or few verses, it's just very details, how will happen, what will happen, what become, what conditions we have to make to this happen, and like that.
Is it similar, and forgive my curiosity, but I'm very curious and I like, is it similar like for the Christians going to heaven and meeting Jesus, or like for the Jews waiting for the Messiah, or it in a way it has the same type of seed, the same type of expectation?
No. So it's like this. So they said before the become golden age on this earth, they go down quite bad, and the corruption's quite high, and it's quite happening now. The wars, too many wars on our world now, and too many corruptions, and so that happened. After that happened, and then also the good people. We know nowadays we have many good people, many good heart people. People love the peace and harmony. They love equal rights. They respect not just the humans, but even respect the animals equally, like this. So, and people so much care about Earth. Like all these good peoples. Like the. How you say, contribution and this accumulation, this make Shambhala strong connection. So then the Shambhala knows how bad things happen in here. So then Shambhala warriors come and the conquer the bad people. Is so, and then the whole world is turned like perfect worlds. Perfect worlds means everybody understand, how important this love and compassion. Not just I love my family, not like this, but the whole family, the whole humanity. Yeah. So, and they understand this. Then everything changes. The earth rejuvenates, and then earth. All the food and everything we need naturally grow. You don't need even cultivate. So then you don't have to have competition and business for what do you call? I forgot that word. So so basically. Everything what people need, we already have. There's no need to fight anything. There's no part for. So then
we already have everything with.
Yeah. So like that, and then why this is happening? Because this spiritual, our understanding is very high, and then change the world, change environment, because this whole world is our creation. It's so. Our mind and view and compassion, everything changes, developed, then is the world also developed. So like that.
You said something very nice now, that actually whatever happens, we are making it with our own mind. So everything that happens in our life, are we attracting, or are we making it happen with our own projection in the future, and then that's what we attract?
Yes. So if we think carefully, it's quite simple, and everybody is not something you don't understand. It's something obvious. everything is people's mind, whatever like object, somebody think, oh, this is beautiful or this is ugly, it's your mind, right? So that's why if you extend this idea and understand more deeply, then the whole world creation of our mind, not just this present mind, but the creation of long time from the beginning, less until now, credit. So that's why it's fears where externally exist, but it's true reality is it's your mental projection. That's why everybody have a different perception. Otherwise, there should be same perception, same view, yeah, and same attraction, same. Everything should be same, but it's not, obviously.
In this, in the podcast that we have, lots of people they constantly send me messages and they send me emails, and they are thankful for all the guests that I have and I invite. And usually at the end of the podcast, I ask always the guest one question. Let's say in a virtual reality on the internet, in 500 years, in 1,000 years, whatever, there's going to be a kid or somebody that's going to look somewhere on a metaverse, on a computer, to what we spoke here today. And let's say they may want to learn something for the future generation. After all your experience as a monk and all your dedication, what would be some of your recommendation that you accumulate to your experience out to your entire life for the people? What would be some of your recommendation for their soul and for their spirit?
Yeah, I wouldn't expect everybody become a monk. I wouldn't advise everybody should become monk. I would like to say we have to realize all our problems in the world is we don't have right education. We don't have right education. So if we need to change the world, we should have a better education. So better education means, I'm not saying what education we have already, I'm not saying abandon this. Maybe you can keep that, but should not be the main focus. Our main focus should be the mentor training education. From the kindergarten up to the universe, main focus should be mentor training.
Mentor.
Yes, mind training, emotional training. We don't have that. That should be.
We learn geography, we learn mathematics. But we don't learn the main thing, which is the mind and the emotion.
Yes.
That's what every day we deal with it. And if you know, I'm not saying that it's bad, as you said, to know geography or history or whatever. But sometimes geography, it doesn't help the mind or the emotion.
Yes, even money doesn't help.
Exactly.
If your mind is not happy, everybody think, money and the position, power, I think make me happy. But when you don't have, then you have a little bit then you have temporary happiness. Yes, but then you have everything, then you realize it's not this, So that's why.
Train your mind and your emotions.
Yeah, we have to train our mind. So that means it's not just individual. My hope is all focus, the education, main focus should be mind training, and then others all secondary. Then if our world become perfect, that's one thing. But okay, if that's not happening, even individuals who agree with me, you should train in your own mind how to be happy, how is it possible, everything, So because why? Because our training mind, then your situation, circumstances or your situations, how regardless how bad, as usually people see. Maybe I can't say you have zero suffering. I can't say, but you guarantee less suffering if you are untrained.
So, if I understand well, let's say maybe some of the suffering or most of the suffering is because the mind is not trained well.
Yes, that's why. That's why I say, like there's 100 people go through the same situation, exactly same situation, difficult, challenging. How much you receive, how experience suffer, how difficult is degrees, not same, because your mind, different mind.
Yeah, for everyone the experience is different. For some people
Yes.
it's nothing, and for some other people it's like devastating.
Yes, exactly. So that's why I think we need some mind training. Hopefully, or the government and or the big organization, everything emphasize on this. That's my dream.
Out of the 100 people, some of them they are mind trained like that, or some of them they are born like that with
Yes.
this resilience.
Yes. If it's not that, then I always say this way. It's all our solutions. We develop so much technology and science, incredible, but still our happiness and everything is not increase, it's decrease. What means that is we have many solutions like treating the symptoms, but it's not treating the illness. So the treating the illness is mind training. Our view, attitude, emotions have to train. If we train very well, then we do very well, we function very well. The whole world become golden age, perfect. That's
So it's
the
all
main.
about the mind training.
Yes.
Khentrul Rinpoche, thank you so much. I appreciate it, and I can't wait to read the books, and I hope people they got some answers. Lots of blessings, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Appreciate.
I appreciate it.
What do you do?